My name is Amy-Esther, and I come from a family of 7. I have 4 siblings, and I'm also married with 3 children. I started my basic education in Tamale, in a Presbyterian school in Tamale, and I came to Akosombo to complete that and also complete my secondary education as well. So I finished my secondary education at Akosombo International School, and I had my tertiary education at the University of Science and Technology, where I obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. I have worked with VRA for about 14 years, and about 12 years in VRA I spent with the Engineering Services Department, where I worked with the Project Management section. I recently, that's just last year, I was reassigned to the Technical Services Department, where I worked as the lead for the technical audit. So my main function now has been to audit the power plants and then the renewable power plants that we have, and also the distribution networks in Akosombo, Akosi, and then Neko. So basically that's my role now. My faith in God motivates me. I'm a Christian, and I believe that as a Christian, you have to make a positive impact with the people that you work with, your family, and all those who are around you. Okay, so as I said earlier, I've worked for about maybe 14 years in here, and out of the 14 years, majority of the time I've worked with men. And I've come to the understanding that anytime you assemble, first of all, I believe strongly in teamwork. Anytime you assemble a group of people from diverse backgrounds, intelligent men, competent women, and men together, because of their various backgrounds and their diverse backgrounds, when you put them all together, the outcome is always amazing and it's excellent. So I'm all for inclusion. Okay, so I would say in my life, the women that have inspired me the most are actually one, my mom. She has really inspired me, and she's always pushed me to try and always do my best, and then know that I can do it. My aunt has also been very, very instrumental in my life and pushing me to be the best that I can. So I say these 2 main women in my life have really motivated me and inspired me a lot. Okay, I'll use myself, so my personal experience. So personally, I've worked with men throughout my career, and all the times I've worked with them, anytime we've had to come together to carry out any assignment, the focus has always been the work. Anytime we come together, it's always about the work, how we can do it efficiently, accurately, and all that. It has never been about whether there's a woman in the room or not. So it was just about people coming together to carry out the task. So personally, I've never felt like maybe the only woman, even though I've been the only woman in the room sometimes, I've never felt, it's always been about, let's get the job done, what can we do? So that's been my personal experience. I haven't had that negative experience working with the guys throughout my career. My experience actually has come from the work that I've done over the years, that is project management. That experience working on various projects has really emphasized the importance of planning, which I can't overemphasize. You need to make sure that you are planning whatever you are doing before you start. Any job that you have to do, you have to make sure that you are planning it accurately as to the best of your knowledge, and you are engaging your stakeholders to get the maximum out of them, so that when you start a job, you don't have to stop or always have to struggle to execute because you didn't plan well. And I've applied it in my life, my personal life as well. So always try and plan ahead. That's been the major experience which has shaped me. For the obstacles, I'd say like the challenges that I've experienced. As a woman in the engineering field, I'd say the challenge I've had has been the challenge of combining my career and my family life, especially when I became a mother. That whole process was challenging because I had to manage the home and then manage the work. So how I was able to overcome it was that I was able to, fortunately for me, I got a very good support system at home, family support, support from my spouse. At a point in time, you need to hire someone to help you just manage that aspect of the home, because combining it with the children can sometimes be a bit challenging. So when you get the support from home, it really helps. Another one is work support, because you always have to work in. It's always good to have a good team. In fact, if you have a good team, they're always there to support you, because as a woman, there are certain things that are out of your control. Like for instance, if for instance your child falls sick, normally they don't even notice when they're going to fall sick, so you can't plan your time around them. So as soon as your child falls sick, you need to at the moment attend to your child. And if you don't have a good team, there'll be nobody to step in for you in the short interval if you don't have a good team. So you need support from both sides. That's your family support, and then also your team members that you work with. So that's how I've been able to manage this time. Okay, I would say it was on one of the projects I worked with, where initially at the time I was going to the project, I thought I was going to be a 6-month project. And before I realized, one thing led to another. Stakeholders came in with their various requests here and there, and something that was meant to be 6 months became over 4 years. And that taught me the importance of ensuring that you plan well and get your stakeholders involved right from the beginning, so that what you need to do, you'll be able to achieve it. So it really changed me and shaped me in my thinking, and always making sure that I'm planning ahead and planning well. The women that I've come across, actually we are not a lot of women, I would say, in my field, but at the moment we are getting new and young engineers. So anytime I get the opportunity to interact with them, I always encourage them to keep striving to do their best. I share some of my experiences with them and how I had to combine work and then life, and during your pregnancy. I share some of those practical experiences with them, and I encourage them to keep striving. And that fortunately for them, there are actually more women engineers now than some maybe 30 or 40 years back, where the women were very few. So you didn't have even anybody to look up to. So you should take advantage of that and then keep striving for the best. Time management. The first thing is you have to acknowledge that your time has changed. The number of hours you have, even though it's still 24 hours, your role has changed. You're not just a single woman, you're now a married woman with kids and also working at the same time. So you have to manage your time, prioritize, and maximize the support you have around you. If you are struggling with support, like maybe you are struggling with support from family members, if you can get an institution like a daycare who can provide that support for you for the interim, you make use of it. Fortunately, we also have technology, so that in times when maybe it will be difficult for me to be at a meeting, because maybe I have to attend to something at home, we have Teams meetings that you can join online. So some of these tools have really helped some of us be able to work from home and all that. And also some labor-saving devices like washing machines have come in very handy. So that's how I've managed to balance my life. Okay. One of the projects I worked on that it's one of my proudest moments was a project that I did in Akusi. It was a street light project which I worked on. And why I'm basing that is that I had worked with a company on a project in Akosombo, and there were some challenges. And they took notice of all the things we said that when we had to work in Akusi, they learned from their lessons, and when we had to work in Akusi, everything went very, very well and very smoothly. So it was one of the projects that I am proud of, that at least the lessons we learned, we carried on and we made a positive impact. So one of the things I'm proud of. Okay, I would tell my younger self to keep striving to be her best, first of all. Not to worry too much, not to stress, especially on things that you don't have any control over and there's nothing you can do about it. About the outcome, it's out of your control. There's nothing you can do. Just don't stress about it and let it go and move on and be happy. Life is short.
I see a woman every day in the mirror. I see a woman, and every time I look in my mind, I see the woman.